As the world watched in shock and horror, justice was finally served as former supermodel turned Nazi guard Jenny Wanda met her brutal execution. In a dramatic turn of events that shocked even the most experienced legal experts, this notorious war criminal paid the ultimate price for her atrocities during World War II. Join us as we take a closer look at this incredible story and explore what it means for our understanding of justice, human rights, and the legacy of one of history's darkest periods. Jenny Wanda was a supermodel and Nazi guard who was brutally executed by the Allies. She was born in Germany in 1921 and raised in a strict Catholic family. She began her modeling career at the age of 16 and quickly rose to fame. She appeared on the cover of Vogue and other popular magazines. She also worked as a lingerie model and actress. At the age of 18, Jenny Wanda was discovered by Hitler's personal photographer, Heinrich Hoffmann. She soon became one of the most recognizable faces of the Nazi regime, appearing on propaganda posters and in magazines throughout Europe. As a young woman, Jenny Wanda was recruited into the SS, the elite military force of the Nazi regime. She quickly rose through the ranks, becoming one of the most feared and ruthless soldiers in the SS. Jenny Wanda participated in some of the most brutal atrocities of the Holocaust, including mass shootings and torturing prisoners. As the war progressed, Jenny Wanda's work increasingly took her to concentration camps and other places where Nazi atrocities were being committed. In 1945, she was assigned to photograph the execution of Allied spies in Berlin's Plötzensee prison. It was there that she met and fell in love with SS officer Erich Wagner. Jenny Wanda led a group of her followers on a brutal rampage through the streets of London. Wielding knives and clubs, they indiscriminately attacked anyone who crossed their path, including men, women, and children. The violence continued for hours, leaving dozens dead and many more injured. Jenny Wanda herself was reportedly seen laughing and smiling as she inflicted pain on her victims. Finally, the police were able to restore order and bring the massacre to an end. Jenny Wanda's reign of terror was one of the most brutal episodes in London's history, and her name is still spoken with fear by those who remember that dark day. Jenny Wanda's execution was one of the most brutal and public executions of a Nazi guard during World War II. She was also a sadist and had enjoyed torturing and murdering Jews in the concentration camps. At the end of World War II, Jenny Wanda was captured by Allied forces and put on trial for her crimes against humanity. She was sentenced to death and executed by hanging in 1946. Her execution was carried out in front of a large crowd of people who jeered and shouted at her as she was led to the gallows. Jenny Wanda remained defiant to the end, spitting in the face of her executioner as she was hanged. Jenny Wanda's story is a tragic one and serves as an example of the power of hatred and violence to manipulate people during times of conflict. Her name will always be associated with the horrors of war, and she is remembered as a symbol of hate and violence. While Jenny Wanda's legacy may be one of evil and cruelty, her story serves to remind us that such acts are never acceptable. We must strive to make sure that no one ever has to endure the terror inflicted by someone like Jenny Wanda again. We must remember that while we cannot go back in time to undo what has been done, we can honor her memory by fighting against injustice with compassion, empathy, and understanding. We hope that this video will have given you a better insight into the brutal execution of supermodel Nazi guard Jenny Wanda, so that we may strive towards justice for those who were wronged in such turbulent times. Have you found this content informative and thought-provoking? Please consider liking and subscribing to our channel for more chilling stories from history.